But this team is the most turnover-prone team in football, and they're one of the most penalized teams in football. But if they come home, clean up their act, they're playing this new quarterback, Hauser, who showed a little bit of a spark.
Yep.
Why don't you watch and see, hey, maybe we can give them a hard time. Maybe we'll be in this thing. Maybe our team will challenge Michigan. And even if you don't believe it, don't you still tune in a little bit just out of curiosity, because this is the only shot you get for 365 to spoil their season, to get a little glimmer of redemption on your miserable season? The narrative has been, don't even show up. Don't show up, and then hope the program burns down. Do Spartan fans feel that way? 248-539-9797.
Well, I think you look at this game, and if you're just watching it, I mean, I'm not going to speak for Spartan fans because I don't know what it is that they're thinking, they're feeling right now, and I understand the cloud that's over the program, but it's not the players that did this to themselves. It was a bad actor, and all of these players have had to answer questions, had to live with this constant cloud over their head. This is their opportunity. And there have been players that spoke out this week, not in bulletin board material, but in regards to how hard they are going to play, what this game means to them. And if you're a fan, I'll ask the question too, don't you want to at least see kickoff and watch the first drive, watch the first couple of drives, and maybe you stick around for another one. Maybe the Spartans, They come out, they're flying around. This is going to be a physical game. No matter what happens in this game, it's going to be a physical game at a very minimum, at the bare minimum, in the first quarter through the first half.
John, your team was way better than them in 97. Wasn't easy.
No. In this game, this is where it kind of blows my mind.
Was that in East Lansing in 97?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And I went back and looked at it. In East Lansing, MSU tends not to get blown out. I mean, historically, you got to go back to 1985, the last time they lost by 3 or more touchdowns in their own place.
You see, it just doesn't happen. And in this game, because there is so much emotion and there's so much passion, like the team can't stick around. They're going to, like I said, they're going to come out. They're going to be flying around. They're going to try and make some plays. I wouldn't be surprised as well to see, they're going to go full Dan Campbell of 2021. Where maybe there's some onside kicks.
Punts.
Yeah, because they're going to try and steal some possessions. And that's okay. That's if that's what you feel like you have to do. And then you pair that with a very motivated group of kids, 18 to 22-year-olds, that they believe, the magic of believing is that they can be in this game and they can play above their heads for a while. Now, can they do it for 4 quarters? I don't have the answer to that question, but I think at least to start with, this is going to be a very fast-paced, physical game.
You mentioned the players. Dylan Tatum is one that spoke this week, cornerback on the team, and he said, we believe we can win the game. What's he supposed to say? I know. But he also said, you can doubt us all you want. We're going to give it our all. So for people say this team has quit, I think this game is immune from the quit factor. They may quit down the stretch. If they lose this game ugly, there's all bets are off. They may fold and actually quit down the stretch. But this is not a game that they quit. This is typically a game where they make their last stand. Whatever they have is what they're going to give this week. And what I don't understand is, as a fan of the team, how you just opt out of that. Because so much of what makes college football great are these rivalries, and we're so sad that, partially, they're going away. This is still one of those rivalries in our state that even if your team's an underdog, even if your team's no good, you tune in just to see, to give yourself a fighter's chance. It's always been that way. To opt out of it, I think, is weak.
And I think just tuning in, that's one thing. If you have tickets, are you selling your tickets? Are you just not even going? I
was told you can't bring the wife and kids, so.
Yes, I know, yes. Danger.
I would totally understand selling the tickets. I think checking out and selling the tickets are two separate things. If you don't want to go up there because it's a night game and the team has made you disgruntled, but you're still going to watch and you're still going to just tune in at least that first half to see the fighters' chance that they always bring in this game. I mean, you go back to 2016. They had lost 5 in a row. That was a 3-9 Michigan State team. But they gave Michigan a game that day. That was the Peppers return at the end or whatever thing.
Well, Tony was trying to keep it close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I do think this might be the game where D'Antonio kind of rallies them beforehand and brings up little brother and brings up all the stuff and gets these guys jacked up. And Michigan just has not jumped on teams early this year, really. It's taken some time. It's been Nebraska, they got out quick, but yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't care.
Is he going to walk arm in arm with the guys down the field?
Maybe he will, and if he does, that's great.
I agree.
If we turn on the TV and see that, or you turn into your pregame with Doug and you're like, oh boy, he did it again. That's the juice that you throw on. That's on the fire in this, and you try to ignite something that makes this fun.
Well, and I'm giving Valenti a hard time. Clearly, the dynamics for the rivalry have changed since he made the comment about don't go to the game. Now it feels like.
You think? Yeah.
Now it feels like if you're a Michigan fan, like, hey,
right.
bring your second cousin, bring people you haven't heard from since high school, like have a good time, go in there and beat them up. This is a wounded animal for MSU. I wonder how much fight their fans feel.